Into the Groove. I'm Andy Rice, and joining me in studios, as she normally does on a Friday, although I rarely receive such a butt whooping as I did during Family Feud today.
That was a lot of fun.
I'll bet you thought so.
That was great. I enjoyed that thoroughly. I haven't done that to you in a long time.
That was a spanking.
It was.
Man.
Serves you right for beating me 3 or 4 weeks in a row there a while back.
I know. What goes around comes around.
It does.
Kim Fuller's in the studios. This segment sponsored by Choice Real Estate, homesatchoice.com. Today we want to talk a little bit about credit score. Is that right? Credit rating?
Yeah, that's a very important part. But first, I forgot to call in this morning for Noah Fuller's birthday.
I can't believe
So Noah Fuller, happy birthday. He'll be 20 on Sunday. My baby, my little bitty baby, 5-pound, 12-ounce baby.
Okay, now I can't believe that.
20 on Sunday. So happy birthday, Noah. I love you.
Okay. Me too.
See, I forgot, but I remembered. So
can I wish Noah a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Noah. Here's to you, buddy. All right.
There we go. All right. Credit scores. What you've really turned in for, not to me gush over my babies.
Well,
but I have to gush over my babies. All of them are my babies. Back to credit scores. So most people know that FICO is a credit score. Don't ask me right off the top of my head exactly what FICO stands for because I would not be able to tell you. But anyway, there's 3 different companies that monitor your scores. There's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Okay.
And generally lenders will look at those and compare the 3 and generally take an average of the 3. Every lender's a little different. Some will take the low, some will take the middle, a few will take the high, but some do an average. So it just depends on where you're trying to get credit for. And generally, most people have a credit score between 600 and 700. People that have got habitual late payments, huge credit card debt, that type of thing. They can drop into the 500s, and I've actually seen some in the 400s. So it's really easy for that credit score to drop pretty rapidly, and it's a lot harder to build it back up.
Okay.
So it's very wise for people to kind of keep an eye on that and try and keep those late payments to a minimum, because late payments are 35% of the score.
Ouch.
Yeah, so that's a pretty high percentage for past payment history. So if you're making your payments on time, that increases your score. If you're late, it drops it a lot quicker than it's going to raise it. So be very cognitive of those late payments. And I know there's times in people's lives that you can't help it. And we've all gone through sports or stretches of time where you just don't have the cash in your bank account for whatever reason to make that payment. But be very aware of that. A lot of people, well, I don't know how many percentage-wise, but you can have this credit score up to 800 or a little above. I think 850 I think is the top. I've never seen one that high.
Right.
I've seen some 800s, which is just pretty much impeccable credit. Your credit use is also a high impact. It covers 30%. Or just 30% of the score. So they want you to use the credit you have to build your credit.
But if you're using a credit card, try to pay it off every month. That's the key right there.
It is. Keegan, our son number 2, child number 2, not son number 2. Anyway, he bought a house this year. Well, he bought it at age 23. Well, we started him when he was 16 or 17 when we got him a checking account. We got him the Ready Reserve that tags onto your checking account, that your local bank does, $100. He draw out $20, pay it back the next week.
Okay.
And so it was starting to begin to show that he's using credit. And then once he got into college, he got a credit card just for his gas.
Okay, for fuel.
Just for fuel. So he would buy his fuel on the gas and pay that credit card off every month. So essentially kind of using it like a debit card, but just to build that credit. And through those things, his credit score was up over 700, and he was able to buy a house at age 23.
Now keep in mind, these things take self-discipline.
They do.
You have to be able to pass on that pair of shoes or that dinner out or that little bit of snackage or whatever, so that you can pay the credit card off every month.
Right, because you don't want to pay that, 18, 19, 20% interest on your gas. I mean, that's
Right.
like paying 20% more for your gas, and
Right.
gas is already high enough. So you do, and you have to be disciplined enough to make sure that payment gets paid on or before the due date, so you don't get dinged on your credit with a late payment.
Yeah, automatic withdrawal is always an option, right?
Yes, so make sure you do that and build it up. I've had people that are in their 40s and have no credit. Never bought a car, never had a credit card, absolutely no credit. Lenders then generally tell them, well, you need to go get a gas card or some type of credit card, which
Sure.
is, because you have no credit, you're only going to have a small credit line limit, $300,
Right.
$400, $500, but use that for 6 months to a year, depending on your situation, and then to get some credit established. So you got to be aware of that.
To kind of break down why, let's say you've just always bought your cars with cash, you've always paid cash, you've always paid your rent in cash. Now you want to buy a house and you want to take out a loan.
Yes.
Well, you've proven that you are self-sufficient, but you have absolutely no way of proving that you know how to pay back money that you owe. Maybe I mean, there's something wonderful about having never owed any money. That's great.
It is.
But again, it's called credit history, and you have no history of being able to pay back a loan, and that's why banks are hesitant to give you any money.
Exactly. And if one thing, you mentioned a car. So say you've got $25,000 in the bank and you're going to go buy that car of your dreams. Maybe if you've never had a loan before, you need to get a loan for the car and pay it off in 30 days.
There you go, or whatever.
I mean, it establishes something of some type of credit. So there's
Right.
ways to play with that, even if you don't want to have a loan for something. Go ahead and get the loan and then just pay it off the next, 2 weeks after you get it.
Right, absolutely. I've got a friend that has one that I know of, one credit card. And he lives on that credit card. He pays for everything that, of course, he lives simply. He's a very simple guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he pays it off every month. And he's got one credit card that he does all of his transactions in. I like the KISS principle on that.
The KISS principle?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Well, and everyone knows Mark and I have kind of got the travel bug in us the last couple of years. And so we actually have a credit card for miles, and I pay that off twice a month.
Yeah.
It's our debit card.
Yeah.
And so it gets paid off twice a month to keep that balance down, but to keep, we want to build our points, but I don't want to pay interest on getting the points because that defeats the purpose of having airline miles. If I'm paying $100 in interest, well, I may as well buy my own airline ticket at that point. So yeah, but it does. It takes discipline. Exactly. So be very aware of that. And the other three things that affect your credit too are the length that you've had your credit card. So we've had like a Discover card we've been married almost 31 years, and Mark had it before we got married. So that's a very long-standing one. The type of credits you have, and then how many inquiries. So if you're shopping around for a car or a house loan, you need to kind of shop it around a little bit before they pull your credit, because if you go to 5 different car lots and all 5 pull your credit, it's going to start pulling your credit down just a little bit.
Gotcha.
So, and then on some house loans that we've been seeing, if I've seen in some of their closing docs, they've had 2 or 3 credit inquiries over the last last month or so since they applied. They actually want a handwritten explanation of why you applied for those different credits. So they want to know what you were looking for. So why did a bank pull your credit? Why did this company pull your credit? Because they're going to say, well, are you shopping this around? Are you looking to buy something different?
Right.
Which is going to affect your debt to income ratio that could affect you being able to pay our loan back. So they're looking at all of that. So be aware of that a little bit.
And the other thing is, okay, you've got the house, the offer's accepted, your house is for sale, can't wait to move. Oh, let's go get some new furniture for the house. No, wait till after closing.
Yeah, don't buy, unless you have the cash for it, you can buy the furniture, but don't put any furniture on a credit card. And I've had people before, speaking of getting up to the limit, moving here from the Front Range, they give their 2 weeks notice, and the bank does a employment verification within 24 hours of closing, find out, oh yeah, they just quit their job. Tomorrow's their last day,
Oh,
and the bank says, we're not loaning to you. Even though they could handle the payment and knew where they were coming to have a job here,
right.
they'd have been fine. But timing is everything sometimes in the home loan, and I guess that's one of the reasons you need a really good lender and a really good realtor to help you navigate those waters, because people don't think about those things.
All right, so if people want a really good realtor, how do they get a hold of you?
They can give me a call at 970-521-2735. Stop by the office at 111 North 3rd Avenue here in Sterling. Got the reader board sign on the side of the building. It's pretty easy to find us.
Real easy.
Facebook. Yeah, homesatchoice.com. Spell the word at. We're redesigning the website a little bit, so be patient. I've still got some different updates and things I want to do to it to make it more user-friendly for everybody. And on there, too, you can sign up for automated emails. With inventory low, everybody knows that the new listings are getting gobbled up pretty quick, so you want to be the first to see a new listing hit the market. So sign up there for that. And we're on Facebook Live. Hey, everybody. Working on a new YouTube channel for the business,
Oh,
so
nice.
that's going to be a new avenue for us. So we're happy to be progressing with the times.
Excellent stuff. As technology moves forward, so does Choice Real Estate. Kim Fuller from Choice Real Estate in Studios. Have yourself a fantastic weekend.
I will. You too.
Gonna.
Bye.